The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Shirley, founder of Holistic Plastic Surgery and creator of the Forever Fab podcast. Welcome to 15 Minutes of FAB, a segment of the Forever Fab podcast where I review products and services in 15 minutes or less. If you don't have time to tune in to my full-length Forever Fab podcast, then please check out 15 Minutes of FAB. You may find some few useful things on it. So some have considered this mini-series, they considered it Truth in Beauty, Truth in Plastic Surgery, or Plastic Surgery Secrets, or as a nerdy or academic take on beauty. Now consider it way. My aim is to engage you as a credible and authoritative voice in all aspects of beauty and wellness, including products, services, technologies, and innovations in plastic surgery. So if I may help you somehow to either empower yourself with knowledge or to help you choose beauty products or wellness products or to help guide you on your journey to thinking about plastic surgery, if that's part of your beauty quotient, then I'm here for you and I'm here for that experience. That said, let's get real and let's get started on this product review. Today, I am reviewing Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. What is it? It's a leave-on lip mask that soothes and moisturizes your lips for smoother, more supple lips. And the brand mantra is, quote, water, science, hydration experts, end quote. What are the brand benefits? Well, they say they're water-based and their products are backed by 25 years of research. And it's hard to argue that. 25 years of research. It's pretty good. So who is this company? Who are these hydration experts and what's the story? So Laneige Labs is part of the Amore Pacific brand. Remember Amore Pacific? And they spent over 25 years studying what they call water science. And the water science is capitalized and trademarked because they believe that the secret to great skin is hydrated skin. I would agree with that. They've created an entire line of care products that are based on, and I had a hard time figuring this out, but I guess it's based on various water treatments, I think. So that's their story, or at least part of their story. Now, in this particular product, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, I learned something. I had been using this product probably for a year. And I've been using it for that long because it actually works for me. Interestingly enough, I did not remember, or maybe the first time I bought it, I really didn't take into account the product formulation. I slipped. And lo and behold, when I was preparing to do this product review, I recognized that in this little tub of lip goop, there are over 50 ingredients. Oh, my heart sank. And then I created a bit of a conundrum for myself, but keep listening on. Hear me out. So the first product is what they called, so number one, what they call the berry mix complex. The site really didn't delineate what was in the berry mix complex specifically, but there are 51 ingredients in this lip sleeping mask. And of all of the products, it seems as if the ones listed much later on, like numbers 34 to 48-ish, are the ones that I identified as botanical. So that means everything before 34-ish are probably synthetic lab created chemicals. So on the botanical side, whether these were naturally sourced or lab created, but at least based on botanicals, plants, there's a Chinese fruit extract, there's a raspberry fruit extract, there's a blueberry fruit extract, there's coffee seed extract, there's an extract of, cranberry, also extracts of strawberries and of quinoa. And I presume these extracts are only found in the formulations that have the corresponding flavors. So maybe they're not in all of the formulations, but again, there are at least, 40 to 50 ingredients, and that's a lot. I am not going to read them all to you. So this particular product, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, because Laneige Labs makes many other products, but this one in particular alleges to have benefits as nourishing, hydration, prevention of dryness, softening of the lips, quick absorption, and a reduction of flakiness or chapped lips. How do you use this sleeping mask? Well, you apply a generous amount to the lips in the evening and you leave it on overnight. When you wake up and get to your beauty routine and brush your teeth and all that, you basically just gently wipe it off or cleanse it off in the morning. I did the removal or the cleansing off with a towel. So before I get to my experience with this sleeping mask, I am just going to wax poetic and provide you with a general primer on sleep. Since I have not been getting good sleep, probably for the past year, it has become one of my favorite subjects. So let's talk about sleep. A good night's sleep is critical for beauty. I know you know that. I'm not telling you anything new when I say that. But there are many reasons why it's called beauty sleep, okay? Many reasons. And I've stated previously that good nutrition is the first rule of beauty. Well, let me tell you, good or adequate and restful sleep has to be the second rule of beauty. Now, your body repairs itself and recovers while you sleep. And that leads to a long list of benefits for your body, your well-being, and your face, your beauty, what you look like, how you feeling, how you're presenting yourself out there to the world. Ideally, it's important to get enough quality sleep, 7 to 9 hours of restful, undisturbed, uninterrupted quality sleep each and every night. It may be that if you are consistently sleeping only 6 hours or less each night, for real and for sure, how you look may be affected. So here are some of the things that occur during sleep as they relate to your appearance. I mean, after all, this is the Forever Fab podcast about fashion, the art of living well or wellness, and beauty. Beauty. So of course we have to talk about a wellness aspect as it relates to beauty. So let's talk about sleep and the things that occur during restful sleep as they relate to how you look. So 1, your skin makes new collagen when you sleep. And collagen is what helps to prevent sagging and makes the skin less likely to wrinkle. Reduced nightly sleep can lead to twice as many fine lines. And it being the reduced sleep or lack of sleep, leaves your skin drier, and that can make lines, the ones you currently have, if you have any, more visible and may make the skin more sensitive. That's number one. Number two, your body boosts its blood flow to the skin during sleep, which means you wake up to a healthy glow. And this may leave your complexion, meaning if you don't get enough sleep, it could leave your complexion looking dull or ashen or just not glowing. Sleep deprivation causes a decrease in blood flow to the skin surrounding your face. And that's if you're sleeping on your back. Imagine sleeping on your face, forget about it. So number two, a lack of sleep, reduced blood flow to the skin of your face, dull skin appearance. Number three, there are less gravitational effects on the skin and the fluid of the body during sleep. So getting enough quality sleep reduces puffiness, especially puffy eyes and dark circles. 4, it's not just all about the face, it's also about your head. Hair loss, breakage, damage, and even hair growth can all be negatively affected by lack of sleep. Your hair follicles receive oxygen, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all the good stuff from the blood circulation. That is basic fact. But since the blood flow decreases when sleep is inadequate, the hair cells aren't getting nourished. Your follicles weaken, and your hair has difficulty growing. So lack of quality sleep can also lead to not just hair loss, but more stress. And that stress causes an increase in the hormone called cortisol, the stress hormone. And high stress and high cortisol levels can cause you to lose your hair. Now, I definitely have experienced several periods of time in my life where I have acutely, and thank goodness it grew back, but acutely lost hair. And one of them in particular was after the massive earthquake in Haiti. I was devastated. I don't even remember looking at myself in a mirror for at least 1 month. And then when I did, I happened to catch my profile of my face and head in a mirror, and I basically had lost much of my hair around my temples. Stress. Number 5, being short on sleep can cause the corners of your mouth to droop, making you look sadder and just miserable. More so with lack of sleep than you do after a good night's rest. Number 6, with fatigue from lack of sleep, your facial expressions also change in subtle but consistent ways. Like you may not recognize it, but over time, lack of sleep manifests on your face. And you can frown and furrow your brows more. And some signs of sleep deprivation, such as dark circles and dull sagging skin, can also signal to other people that you're exhausted. And people who don't get enough quality sleep are also perceived as less healthy by other people. Now, you may not care what other people think. More power to you. But for sure, you must care about how you feel about yourself. So get some sleep. And then lastly, and there are plenty of other effects, but I'll just list this one last. Some people believe that your skincare products may actually work synergistically during restful sleep, meaning internally, since your blood flow is enhanced during the body's repair and recovery state of sleep, then the ingredients in your products may benefit from this effect. So also externally, the skin tends to become dry overnight, as I mentioned, particularly if you sleep with forced heat or forced air. So applying a thicker moisturizer or a balm before bedtime may help to prevent that transepidermal water loss that I so love talking about. And that, if you retain more moisture in your skin while you sleep, then when you wake up, your skin at least looks more moist, hydrated, plump. Voila, all about sleep. So what was my experience with this product? And what's the FAB score for this Laneige lip sleeping mask? Well, I'll tell you. The FAB score, first and foremost, before I give you the actual number, let me explain to you what the FAB score is. It is a number score from 1 to 5 that I use to rate products and services, with number 1 being not something I would recommend that you use or buy, and number 5 being absolutely fabulous, and of course I would recommend it, and I do. So the score is based on my personal experience with the product or service, as well as my professional background as a plastic surgeon and holistic wellness expert, because that's what I do. Plastic surgery, holistic wellness, beauty, inside and out. To come up with the FAB score, I assess and take into account the ingredients, the formulation, how clean that formulation is, aesthetics, the packaging, sensation, the texture of the product, effectiveness, does it work, ease of use, sustainability, social good, is there any philanthropy, do they do charity work, the price, how much is it going to cost me to add to my beauty routine, among other factors. I actually have an algorithm. Yeah, Dr. Shirley has an algorithm for the FAB score. So how did I put my algorithm to use to give this Laneige lip sleeping mask a score? I gave it a 3.75 and I was really conflicted. It was between a 3.5 and a 3.75. And I finally decided on the 3.75. And the positive factors or the positive aspects of this are that, hey, it does work. It's effective, at least for me. I like that you can leave it on overnight and I don't have to put something on, my lips every few hours throughout the day, because frankly, we got stuff to do, not just worry about our lips and what's coming through them. Another positive aspect is the price point. It was reasonable, $19 to $40, dollars for some of the other products. And I wasn't able to find this on the American website, but I went to the Asian website and I found out that this company is philanthropic. They're water scientists, right? Water technology, hydration experts. They help to clean and protect water in water-poor countries. I like that. Big plus. So that was one of the reasons, I inched it up from 3.5 to 3.75 on the not so positive side. I couldn't figure out who these hydration experts were. Is it just a team of scientists? Is there a founder? Or is it just like a group of lab techs? Who are you? And also there were too many synthetic ingredients. OMG, the formulation was so busy. It was like a highway in LA. So many. I was disappointed because I thought for sure. I mean, I know there's some botanicals. I know there's some chemicals. I'm good with that. I'm good with the balance. I believe in that. But wow, not a clean formulation, alas. The website was not that transparent, right? As I mentioned, there's what exactly is water science? Are you studying water molecules? Are you figuring out new ways to flavor up or make water more functional or bioavailable? What's that mean? Water science. And not to add that I don't know who the hydration experts are. And the other thing, which may be minor, but I thought, why not put it in as a minus? There were too many products. I mean, this lab, and listen, this is what they do. This is how they make their living, and the people who work there support their families and stay healthy, et cetera, and live their beautiful lives. I just thought that there were too many products. They do skincare, they do makeup, they do lip care. So for me, they weren't that focused. And I kind of like a company that's focused on me. No, focused on, just a small smidgen of stuff. Show me your expertise. Okay. That's it. 3.75 for the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I upgraded it from 3.5. There you have it. If you liked this episode of the 15 Minutes of FAB segment on the Forever Fab podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast and 15 Minutes of Fab miniseries. Until next time, stay beautiful inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.